and the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Everyone, Kyle here, and it is Sunday, and you know what that means. It's time for weekly purchases, that time of the week where we investigate what came through the door via DHL, Amazon, UPS, United States Postal Service, FedEx, Santa Claus, and all points in between. It is the weekly purchases. Hopefully everybody had a good holiday. Hopefully everybody got the presents they were wanting, or if you didn't, hey, better luck next year. That's what I'm going to say. You know, Santa, he's very choosy on these things. You got to be good all year long to get what you really, really want. And I did pretty good, and you're going to see a little weekly purchases. A big week in the back half of weekly purchases this week. I was not expecting this many figures through the door, in all honesty, this week. But here we are. We'll get to them all here on the channel. But first, got a little housekeeping to do. Want to remind everybody, put your question in the comments of this week's Kyle Peterson Show podcast. Of course, episode 39 and 38. Put your question in the comments down below, and you can be entered to win the Golf Cart AEW 3-pack from Jazzwares. I am giving that away over on the podcast. We'll announce the winner very soon on the podcast. Well, so you got to watch the podcast to find out if you're a winner, but it is the Kyle Peterson Show. Check out the holiday edition, the Christmas Spectacular this week with my beautiful wife, Angie, and more of her later in this very video as well with the podcast. Rolling along as we roll into year number 2 of the podcast. I guess we'll say that. Will we call it quits at episode 100? You'll have to wait and see, but make sure you're following, subscribing to the podcast, all that kind of fun stuff. Also, got to remind everybody about Patreon. It is the best of season here on the channel as we do top 5, top 10 year-end countdowns. Patreon members can get those videos earlier than anybody else. This is the time of year for Patreon. A lot of stuff going on top of all the traditional stuff. Behind the scenes exclusive video, it's only going to be on Patreon. If you could look behind the camera right now, you'd be disgusted. Maybe more disgusted than I am right now. As this time of year with all the 5 and 10, top 5 lists that we're doing on the channel, my collection is in disarray. It is a huge mess. And on top of that, I need to redo all of these DTOF shelves. It's going to be a lot of work. It's going to take me months to get that done. But as I'm trying to get these best of year-end videos, it's just made my collection just an absolute mess. A joke, really. I'm disgusted with myself. And I am doing a video on Patreon for everybody to see. I'm not putting it on traditional YouTube, though. That'll be up, if not already, on the Patreon. But Patreon this month, we do have a giveaway. Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay is the giveaway this month. So if you're after a Will Ospreay, check out the Patreon. All types of stuff over there. All kinds of stuff over there as well. And if you're not sick of me yet, Todd, somebody's got to be sick of me. I hear about it every day in the comments somewhere along the way. But I was a guest on the TB Toy Cast this week. Check it out. I was a guest on their Christmas episode this week. So celebrating the holidays with the TB Toy Cast. And you guys may have noticed, maybe not, Todd McFarlane, I've dialed back my public appearances over the last year. Yes, I've dialed them back. I'm just too busy. I'm too busy with peace and love like a young Ringo Starr. I don't do a lot of appearances outside of my own stuff. I got enough stuff to keep me busy over here and my day job and family life and everything else. I have to turn down a lot of appearances. And a lot of times the appearances don't work out because they're filming during the day when I'm at my day job from, 5 a.m. to like 6 o'clock at night. I'm pretty much tied up in my day job. And then a lot of times I'm traveling, of course, for work. So a lot of things haven't worked out scheduling wise, but I've dialed that back. We'll see what happens. Once I'm fully healed from my sickness and my illnesses, hopefully I get the all clear in February. Maybe I'll be back in the saddle again like a young Aerosmith with young blood lately, I've heard. Not really a young blood guy, but people love him. But I have dialed back some appearances, but I did do a special Christmas appearance on the TB Toy Cast. Check it out wherever podcasts are found. You don't want to miss out on that. A Christmas special if you don't got enough Christmas specials in your life. But here we are. Is this the last weekly purchases of 2025? I don't even know what the dates are. I think it is. I think it actually is. So we're going out on top, baby. We're going out on top with the last weekly purchases of the year. The last holiday sweatshirt of the year. Oh, it's a sad time. We'll transition back to the fun wear, the non-holiday wear, whatever you want to call it. As January is coming, it's going to be interesting. It's been a fun year. It's been a banner year as we start year number 6 of this YouTube channel. I think the end of March will be the 6-year anniversary. Can we get to 60,000 subscribers by 6 years? Let's make that happen. That's my Christmas wish. That's my Christmas dream. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. But now, that's enough jibber jabber. I'm looking it over. I'm looking at everything. We got the housekeeping out of the way. It's time to waltz in Mrs. Claus. It's time for the question of the week. All right, Angie, it's time for the question of the week. And as usual, you want to be the question of the week, put your question in the comments down below. And once again, don't forget the podcast this week or last week. Put a question in the YouTube video or send it to TheKylePetersonShow@gmail.com. You could be entered to win the AEW Golf Cart 3-pack. And I got to thank Jay's Toys and Games sponsoring the question of the week, sponsoring the weekly purchases. Use code Kyle. Save yourself 15%. We might talk about them a little bit more here in a second. But Angie, how are you?
I'm so good. How are you?
Good. Did you survive Christmas as it is after Christmas?
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. We might be filming this segment a little bit early because Angie's got a lot of things to do. She's got a lot of baking to do, a lot of food, a lot of housekeeping, a lot of things like that. And I always love what you wear around the kitchen come Christmas time. You just wear the greatest little outfits and you're just ready to go. It just smells magical. And honestly, you smell a little magical here today. It's too bad there's not smell-o-vision yet, but what is that smell? It's like a syrupy...
It's a scrub. It's supposed to smell like honey, but it does smell like maple syrup.
It smells like honey, maple syrup. It's just...
A little vanilla.
Wafting in the air. Wafting? Wafting?
Wafting?
Wafting.
Like
Wafting in the air right now. Just always smelling so good, Angie.
I just always shoot for a baked good.
Yeah, you do. You smell like a good baked good. You're like a nice baked apple pie at all times.
Cream-filled donut.
Yes, that's what I aim for all the time too. What do I smell like?
Your
don't
newest
say
cologne is like a smoky vanilla. It's like a smoke. What is that?
Yeah,
I forget, tobacco-y maybe? Vanilla-y?
Yeah, one of those kind of things. Smoky vanilla, drinking my
You're
drink.
like the person that pretends to smoke but has no idea how to
Yeah, I don't know how.
So they're like pretending they're smoking.
You know, guys, guys and gals, I've never tried a cigarette once in my life. There's never been smoke from a cigarette in these lungs. Angie, you can't say the same.
No,
She can't say the same.
I've done them all.
She's smoked a lot of things, let me tell you. Meats, poles, you name it. She's been smoking it all. Smoking it all.
What does it mean to smoke a pole?
I don't know. I'll show you later. But Angie is here today. She's ready for that. And it's funny is I thought you were going to say that old man smell because you told me like 6 months ago I had an old man smell.
One time you had the old man smell. I think it comes off the hair, like, because as you age, you don't like wash your hair every single day or something.
I wash my hair every single day and I condition my hair every single day. So that is a bold-faced lie.
No, I'm saying you normally do. So I think that's what gives the smell to other people.
It's weird that like at night, late at night, when I'm on the couch where you're fast asleep, the kids are fast asleep, and my work day is finally done. It's about midnight, and I say, all right, well, I got about 5 hours till I got to go to work. I better edit a couple of videos. I sit there, and every once in a while, I get the smell. I get a smell from myself, and it smells like plastic action figures straight off the boat from China. And I am honestly wondering, and maybe that some of this plastic from these action figures is seeping into my skin, giving me cancer. Yes, cancer. I'm fighting cancer over here. I'm fighting cancer still, guys. I hate to show it. Oh, don't look away. Look away. I should have put a warning up first. Maybe I'll put a little censored, like the old Brutus Beefcake Ron Bass over that.
So dramatic.
But fighting cancer. I'm fighting. Where are my prayer warriors at? Where are they at? Get out there. But fighting cancer, and I think it might be from this plastic seeping in. So I'm thinking about suing Mattel, Hasbro, Super 7, NECA. Todd McFarlane, I'm coming for you. I want your socks. I know you don't wear any, but I want them. Maybe, but I feel that plasticky smell coming, and I think it's coming off me. It's seeped into me. I'm turning into plastic. I'm the plastic man. I'm not just the elongated man anymore. I'm now the plastic man. So there you go.
So dramatic.
Dramatic? Oh, this is nothing. This is nothing. But Angie, what else is new?
Oh my God. We went and saw your grandma who has lost her sight, and Kyle told her that he looks absolutely hideous.
It's true. I said, Grandma.
And she was like believing him, like, really?
No, she believed it because I only tell the truth to my grandma. My grandma's blind.
You look exactly the same.
No, and I said, Grandma, you know, blindness is not good, but you should be thankful that you're blind because, you know, just imagine me how I was as a little boy. Just imagine little Kyle that, you know, you would make food for. You would get Pepsi for. You'd pick him up. The apple of your eye. You want to remember that. You don't want to remember me as I am now. Hideous. Hideous. Look away. Look away.
Even funnier than that was that she didn't know you had long hair. So
yeah,
we forgot to tell her you've been growing your hair.
So I'm laying there.
She was feeling it.
I'm laying there on the bed, and I was telling her about some. I don't know how we got on the hair.
Why were you laying on her bed?
My grandma was in her recliner, and I wanted to get on the bed there, get close to her. I wanted to soak it in with grandma.
It's like one of those like.
But I was very fortunate, Angie. A lot of people didn't know their grandparents, or they didn't get to spend time with them. I got to spend a lot of time with both the sets of my grandparents, and I'm lucky I still got 2 grandparents still with me. Barely. No, but they're still around. And I spent a lot of time with them, and I loved my grandparents. I loved going to their house. I loved the routines we had. We do Meals on Wheels. We do all. I loved it all. And of course, I was always good. And I'd get to go to Ben Franklin's or Pomida or Walmart, and I'd get a present. I'd get a toy.
And you'd get 2 Pepsis.
2 Pepsis from Grandma. She was giving me the full throttle stuff as a little kid. She goes, Kyle, you don't want 1 Pepsi. You want 2. I said, oh, Grandma, sure I do. I'll take 2 Pepsis. And I'd sit down and we'd watch, and oh my gosh, we'd watch the Statler Brothers. Oh, Flowers on the Wall. It was a wild time. But went and visited with Grandma, and Grandma, we've tried to go visit her 4 different times, and every time she's sound asleep. And this is going to blow everybody's mind here about my grandma. No, I don't think my grandma would mind me telling this, I don't think, but it blows my mind. I can't believe this here. So you go on Grandma, and she's blind now, unfortunately. So she's sitting there. She's got a nice, comfy recliner. She's got a nice dig. She's living in a nice place. She said she absolutely loves the food, so that's great. You enjoy your food on your way out.
Except the mashed potatoes.
Well, that was a plot twist. My grandma made the best mashed potatoes and gravy. Oh my gosh, I love those mashed potatoes. And I said, Grandma, they got good mashed potatoes here? She's like, I don't know. I don't eat mashed potatoes. I'm like, what? You said you made the best one. She goes, I made them for you, but I didn't eat them. And she's like, you didn't notice I never ate them? And I said, I never did. I was too busy eating my mashed potatoes and gravies. But she only likes baked potatoes. She said they have great baked potatoes there at the nursing home, though. So that's good. But I can't believe my grandma sits here. I said, Grandma, because you walk in her room and she's sleeping. She said, you wake me up whenever. Because I went there. This is like the 4th time we came. And she's sleeping. I'm like, I don't want to wake her up. So we leave and we come back. And then she's sleeping again. She said, you wake me up every single time. And I would say the same thing if I had visitors. Yeah. I probably should have thought of that ahead of time. But anyways.
Well, we did try to wake her up. She's really out sometimes.
Yeah, she's sleeping.
We're shaking her.
But my poor grandma, she sits there. I said, Grandma, can I turn the radio on? Can I turn the TV on just for some sound? She's sitting there in a room. Obviously no lights on. But I guess when you're blind, there's no lights on ever.
We never turned the light on when we came in. We just all sat there in the dark with her.
That's true. But you sit there with Grandma, and it's like, Grandma, can we put some music on something? She's like, no. I go, do you want TV on? She's like, I've never turned the TV on since I've lived here. I said, what? I said, do you have a radio? Nope. I said, so let me get this right.
No wonder she sleeps all day.
I said, outside of sleeping and outside of going, they haul you into the dinner stuff and the breakfast and the lunches, you just sit here with your own thoughts. And she's like, yep, she does. And I was like, you don't want anything? Nope. And I was like, I just can't imagine. I mean, she probably sleeps 10 to 12 hours a day, I'm sure. But like, the rest of the time, hearing nothing, you're just sitting there. And I was like, Grandma, how do you do that? But then I thought back to when I was a kid. Whenever I'd go with my grandpa and grandma, they never listened to the radio in the car. And I remember asking them as a kid, we turn on, like, nope, we don't listen to the radio. We don't.
Absolutely wild.
And I remember one time I was like in high school, they got back from a trip. They went to like Colorado, then Arizona. And I remember asking, did you listen to the radio? No. They didn't listen to the radio. They just had their great conversation.
That's my worst nightmare, is going on a road trip without music.
Well, you would have me to talk. You would have me to talk to you.
That's also my worst.
And you know what would happen if we went on a road trip to like Colorado? I'd say, Angie, look, there's a McDonald's. Angie, look up here. Look ahead.
Yeah,
there's
when you run out of things to say, you just start pointing out the sign.
No, I start from the minute. The minute we pull out of the driveway, I say, look, there's the neighbor's house. He's got his Christmas lights on. You see the neighbor over here? His mail flag's up. He's got mail.
Was that the dad for Off King of Queens? They did that, where he used to read all the signs.
Oh, I don't know.
It was from like a sitcom.
Maybe. I don't know.
He'd be like, Menard.
It's true.
Dominoes.
It's true. But they didn't listen to the radio. They didn't listen to anything. That was pretty wild. I thought that was pretty interesting. Interesting. But Grandma, and I said, Grandma, I've always wanted to ask this. And I figured my grandma would be the one to ask because she'd give me the lowdown. I said, Grandma, okay, she went blind. Who's to say I'm not going to go blind? My eyes are terrible. I have terrible eyesight, and I passed it on to my daughter, Elle. So maybe I'm going to follow suit and be blind one day. And I want to prepare myself for this. And I said, Grandma, being blind, what's it like? What do you see? And she goes, well, I can't see. I'm like, well, I know that, but like, what do you see? And she's like, well, I don't know. I'm like, well, explain it. Is it just blackness? Like, what is going on? And she said, I don't know. It's just like having your eyes closed. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess that kind of makes sense. But I feel like if I go blind, there's going to be like movies playing all the time. Like I'm going to see stuff. And that's what I told Grandma.
Stuff now?
When I close my eyes?
Yeah. Like, can you visualize like images in your brain?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
you don't want to know. I can't even explain what I'm thinking of right now and just seeing. I have a great vision. I have like a photogenic memory on this one here.
There's like a thing of that. Like if someone says, picture an apple, like do you just see the word apple?
Immediately. I see a red apple.
Image of apple.
It's red for me, not green.
Does it look realistic or does it look drawn?
It looks like one of those plastic ones in my grandma's jar that she had on the table back in the day.
Oh God.
But like I could just picture you right now. I could picture every inch of you right now if I just close my eyes and just think and just like, okay, yeah, here's what it is. And I can do that from anybody I've met in the world. Anybody. I can think anybody I know, I could just bam, there they are right there. So I think most people have that. I think you're the one lacking that, I think. But the thing I said, well, Grandma, the nice thing about going blind when you're, old, like Grandma, she's about 90, I think. She's right up there. She just had a birthday. Happy birthday, Grandma. The nice thing is about going blind when you're old is like, you can still tell people stuff and explain stuff to people. And like, she can at least envision it. If you were born blind, you have no idea. Like you say, hey, we got a Corgi Poo dog. Like you'd have no idea. You'd have no way to comprehend what a dog really even is. Where my grandma's like, oh yeah, I've seen a Corgi in the past. I know what that is or whatever. So yeah, but we did blow Grandma's mind. I had to hand her my hair and she's like, what? What? And then
I love that she's like, oh, I think it's longer than mine. And she has extremely short hair.
I
don't even think she knows she has short hair.
Yeah, her hair is like up to here now,
Super short.
But she's like feeling like, what the heck? And I think she thought it was like you were one of the girls, like, and then she immediately, oh my gosh, she got the beard there. And I said, yeah, Grandpa passed away right before COVID. He was lucky he missed all that fun. But Grandpa would not have approved of this hair. And I know my grandpa that's still alive does not approve. Basically, nobody in my family approves of this hair, I don't think. I don't know. So it might be time to give up the fight. But now I have to have this hair for the rest of my life to hide my hideous face. I got to hide everything. I got to hide it away. Oh my gosh, what are we doing? But it's, Angie, this segment's called The Weekly Purchases, not the ramblings of family time with Angie and Kyle. But you know what? As a lot of things, some people like this segment. Some people hate this segment. They do. And a lot of people say, the weekly purchases start at this time. And I immediately delete those comments. I delete those comments right out because, no, you're going to stay for the whole thing. I'm not going to let you skip this. You got to understand what's going on.
Oh my God. No timestamps here.
No timestamps here, people. But Angie, we better get to it. We've been gibber and jabbering for about 14 minutes. You got things to do and people to see, and I got to explain to you about polls and stuff. So we got to get down to this. We got the question of the week, and I'm not sure if this originally came for the podcast or this portion. Either way, Mrs. Claus, take it away.
Okay, gotta talk louder, man.
Another thing I want to bring up too before we start here is, Angie, I don't believe you will be here next week for weekly purchases.
Maybe I might have fill in.
I might have to get a fill-in, and I'm thinking about maybe my dad will be in the Christmas spirit. Maybe I can maybe get my dad to do question of the week. Dad, just question of the week. Just real quick question of the week. Maybe I can try. We'll see.
Maybe you can film it at Christmas at his house.
Bring the party to his house. Maybe we could do that. I don't know, but we'll see. But I got to think of that.
Tripod.
So next week, get your question together. I guess if you want it for my dad, we'll try our hardest. If not, it'll be just me, or it might be a surprise guest. Maybe I'll grab that old man neighbor on the corner. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
The FedEx guy. Did you tell him you chased down the FedEx man like you'd relived your childhood?
No, that's true. I forgot about that. I think we'll save that story. This has gone on too long, but yes, I did. And I chased him down.
Did you run down after him in Elle's Crocs, or what shoes did you throw?
I did. So I chased him down in my long socks, my gym shorts, and I think I had
like fig or what it said, figs all over.
And then I think I had just a t-shirt on, and then I put my daughter's Crocs on, so it looked funny. But I needed that package. That's a story for another day, Angie.
That was all for naught.
Disappointing. Anyways, Angie, go ahead.
I'm getting phlegmy as we're going on.
I'm getting hot. I'm sweating.
Okay. Win Hockey. Hi, Kyle and Angie. Hope all is well. Glad to see you're doing good after the experience
I'm not.
You just went through. Like your cancer? Or
no, that's got to be it. And I'm not doing well at all.
Still retained that Marvel Legends head sculpt.
Oh, is that a dig at the Marvel Legends team? Are you saying they have terrible head sculpts? I don't know.
Is your next head sculpt going to have your cancer in it?
Too soon, Angie. Too soon. Too soon. Too soon. I'm emotional over here. It's playing with my brain.
My question is, as many as I've seen... okay, maybe I'm not ready. My question is, as many of us seem to evolve in our collections and taste changes, I hear you say you sold stuff off through the years. What are some of the ways you go about doing this? Love you guys. Take care.
And peace at the end, the old peace sign. Peace and love, Ringo Starr style. So, yeah, I've sold stuff throughout the years, and there's different ways you can do that. You can sell it in Facebook Marketplace. You can sell it in Facebook groups. That's probably your best bet. Well, I don't know about your best bet, but at least you can waive fees on those. So you got that. You can go to eBay, of course, and eBay, it's okay, but obviously they take a ton of fees. You got to ship it. There's a whole rigmarole with that, or Mercari, or any of those. You can also go to your local toy store and sell stuff there. Now, we got Jay's Toys and Games very close to us. I recently just took a collection here, and I do have a video in the continuing series, That's So Hard to Say Goodbye. I have it filmed. It's been unlisted for like 6 months here on the channel. I haven't even put it on Patreon yet. That will be coming in January, probably. I always get ahead on some of these videos, but I did take a big collection to Jay's, and that's great because it's easy, it's nice. However, you got to remember that toy store is a business, and there's a lot of people like, oh, they don't give me anything. Well, they're not going to give you full value for it because they got to list it, manage it, inventory it, put it on eBay, do whatever they got to do. They got to get some profits out of it. So at best, if you sell to a local toy store or something, you're probably going to get 30% of its value, maybe 40%. If you ask for store credit, you could probably get a little bit more money than if you just ask for straight up cash from them. So that's nice, though, because that's also the fastest way to get rid of something. Because I don't know about you guys and you gals out there. I'm always looking at you gals. Don't listen, Angie. The gals out there. But if you want to get rid of something quick and you're over it, that's the quickest way to do it. So there's something worth that. Your time is valuable. Time is money. So I do like that route. Obviously, eBay, it could take years to sell something. Like Angie's shorts up there. We've had a couple of hot offers on your shorts, Angie. People wanting to buy your shorts. We'll see. We'll see. Even had a bra somebody wanted. We'll see. But Angie, that is the fast way to do it. eBay going to take a while. Facebook group, you never do know. It just depends where you're located, what your opportunities are, what your options are. If you live out in the middle of the country, well, it's going to be tough to sell anything outside of eBay, really. So you got to take that all into consideration. But to me, time is money. And when I want to sell something, I want it out of here as fast as possible because I want to forget it even existed, because I don't want the chance to say, maybe I do want this. Maybe I won't sell this. So that's the way to do it. You got to take the loss. I know when I die of a heart attack, maybe next week when Angie's gone on her trip, maybe you'll just take all this stuff to Jay's and say, I just want it done. I want it gone. So we'll see where that goes. But Angie doesn't sell anything. Angie just buys. She's not really a seller.
I just give it away.
Or she gives it away. And you give away
forward.
And you give away stuff of mine too, occasionally, without even like letting me say anything about it. Yeah, you can take this. Kyle doesn't need this anymore. What?
I donated your bowling ball. I think that was on an episode of...
I was going to say, I don't remember having a bowling ball. Angie, we have jibber-jabbered. Married with children.
Doesn't he shoot
married with children?
Bowling ballers?
Maybe. Don't be giving my balls away. That's all I'm going to say there. I might need them in the future. You never know. The second time around, like step by step. I might end up with a Suzanne Summers on my arm one of these days.
Your next wife might want some. Yeah.
Exactly. You know how it goes. So there it is, Angie. I think it's time. I think we've said enough. 20 minutes here. This could be its own video at this point. We might save this for a future video if when I'm dead to release later. I don't know what we'll do. But there it is. That is the question of the week. You want to be the question of the week, put it in the comments down below. Angie, nobody's going to see you again till next year. You got any final goodbyes?
Merry Christmas.
Christmas.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy holidays. Kwanzaa. You name it. Angie will bake you a cake. So there it is. If you want to be the question of the week, put it in the comments down below. But now it's time for the weekly purchases. All right, let's kick off weekly purchases. Multiple rounds of weekly purchases this week. A very busy Christmas week, which I wasn't really expecting, but here we are. And I got to shout out two different things that I'm not going to bring to the table that came through the door this week. But check out the videos on, of course, my YouTube channel right now. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, all that fun stuff. But I got to thank our friend over here on the couch, Todd McFarland. Todd, great for you to be here, even come the Christmas season, hanging out on the couch surfing USA, whatever you want to call it. Todd McFarlane and McFarlane Toys were nice enough to send me 3 gigantic boxes of action figures as we closed off the year here. I did do 2 videos on the channel unboxing them, blind box unboxing. Had no idea they were coming, had no idea what was going to be in them. You guys got to see my reaction right there. So I do have to say I appreciate you sending that stuff over. I give Todd a hard time about a coupon code, sending me these things, how expensive his figures are, but he was very nice to send me that care package at the end of the year. And I hear it in the comments already. Oh, Kyle getting a bunch of free stuff from McFarlane. Well, in turn, guess what? You guys and gals out there, Brittany, if you're watching, maybe I'll hook you up special. Remember, Brittany, that's a callback from last week, Todd McFarlane. Shout out to my girl, Brittany. But I am going to give that stuff away as I have 99.9% of that stuff that I got in those boxes. So you guys, the viewers, are going to win. I will be giving that stuff away over the next, I don't know, month or so, whatever it's going to be, between my podcast, this YouTube channel, Patreon, and social media. So you guys will win. I will give that stuff back. I'm not going to sell it or anything like that. I'm just going to give it away. That's what we're going to do. So make sure you subscribe to me on all the platforms, all that kind of stuff. And I got to thank McFarlane Toys, and we should all thank McFarlane Toys for sending that our way. Very nice of them to think of me as, you know, we unboxed a McFarlane toy figure almost every single day this year. We do a lot of unboxings, and we do even more unboxings over at Kyle Peterson 2.0, my second YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to that. A lot of you guys and you gals are missing out. My girl Brittany, she's not missing out. My wife Angie, she's missing out. She doesn't watch that channel. I'm trying to get her to subscribe to that second channel, but she just can't do it. Like a lot of you guys, apparently. I don't know. But here we are, round 1 of weekly purchases, and another one we're going to kick off that I'm not going to bring to this table because it'll take the whole table. My wife and I did unbox it, give it a little overview, I guess is what we would call it on the channel this week. It was the Cold Slither stage made by Yojo Java. Picked that up at the Assembler Acquired G.I. Joe event in November. Finally got that thing to get put together, and it is amazing. You could use it for wrestling. You could use it for action figure stages for Motley Crue, Metallica, Kiss, all the bands we've got over the years from McFarlane, NECA, and so forth. So very, very cool pickup this week. Got that all together. Check out that video if you missed it. But now we're going to dive into the regular weekly purchase stuff. Let's kick it off with Ringside Collectibles. Elite 123, Axe and Smash. It is the month of demolition. Almost every company is seemingly releasing a demolition figure this month. But we got demolition through the door. We got Roman Reigns. We got the Great Khali. Of course, as usual, we will unbox all these on the channel. We got Drew McIntyre. We got Nikki Bella to round out the wave. So 123 coming to the channel. ASAP is what you're going to see. We also got from Major Bendies and Big Rubber Guys, Collect Major, whatever you want to call it. We got Shotzi, Big Rubber Gal is what we got going on. Shotzi through the door this week as well. And then we go back to Ringside Collectibles. Another demolition this month. I could almost do a top 5 demolition figures of December 2025. We could do that countdown on the channel. But there it is right there, Bell to Bell collection. Your more WWE Superstar style figures. We'll unbox those on the channel as well. So a lot of stuff from Ringside this week. Among others, including our friends over there at Jay's Toys and Games. Use code Kyle, save yourself 15%. Uncanny Spider-Man Nightcrawler edition through the door this week. Also got Marvel's Owl right there. Now, we did unbox Spider-Man 2099 and Spider-Venom on the channel. We got those last week already, so this rounds out the set. This is the one I'm excited about. Hypno Hustler. Never heard of him ever before, but he's now my favorite villain of all time, I think. Shout out to the Hypno Hustler. Shout out to Cardiac. Always reminds me of the Marvel trading cards back in, what, the 90s, early 90s? That's where I first heard of Cardiac, and I don't know if I ever saw him outside of that, but cool to get a first time in the line, probably last time in the line, action figure here, part of the Spider-Man wave. So there it is. That's round number 1. Now we go over to round number 2. All right, time to dive into round number 2 of weekly purchases. And this one I actually got for free from NECA of all places, as I don't know if I forgot about it. I don't know the reasons around it, but I got an email one night. I want to say it was like 8 weeks ago, 2 months ago probably. And it said, Kyle, your NECA reward points are expiring. And I was like, I have NECA reward points? So I went into the NECA website and it showed how many points I had, and it showed all the stuff you could buy with your points. So I was like, wow, I'm going to get something. And of course, I had everything in there. So I'm just like, man, what do I want to get? I don't want these reward points to go to waste. So I'm going to pick something up. Went to many of these things I was going to grab. They were all sold out. I'm like, what is going on here? Finally found something that wasn't sold out. 2 months later, it finally shows up for me. I totally forgot about it, but free is free, I guess, and that's what I got here, and we'll figure out something to do. Probably another giveaway in the future, or Toys for Tots next year. It is the glow-in-the-dark Wolfman. Of course, Lon Chaney, our old friend right here. I already have this, already unboxed this on the channel like 2 years ago. Not sure what I'll do with it. Maybe leave it in my dad's boots or something like that. I don't know. I'll surprise him. We'll see. Got that. Now, I did get some stuff for Big Bad Toy Store this week. I don't get a lot of stuff for Big Bad Toy Store anymore. But I'm more of a Jay's Toys and Games man myself. You guys know it's better deals and it's closer and it's cheaper. So I gotta go to Jay's over Big Bad. Sorry. But I did pick up some stuff at Big Bad this week, and I accidentally forgot I had stuff in my cart, and I checked out. I didn't even think about it, and then lo and behold, here it was. I did have another edition of the Monster Force figure here. Of course, we unboxed General Brown about a week ago on the channel, and I said, nah, these wouldn't be bad for army building. I guess I forced myself into army building these, as I did get another one of these through the door this week. So I did get that. I also got another Peacemaker this week. So shout out to Peacemaker. Looking very good. I also got one of those from McFarlane in his nice giveaway. Todd hooking me up. So I got 2 Peacemakers this week. Probably going to give one away, and then I'm going to have a different one to display. One with the helmet on, one with helmet off. That's my plan for Peacemaker. But I did get some Big Bad Toy Store stuff this week. I did get Nada. I don't know. I don't even know how to pronounce her. I barely remember her in the I was going to say comic, but I guess the cartoon. It's weird. I saw I guess it's been about a decade since I went through all the episodes with my daughter, but I don't remember her at all. I vaguely remember the episode with what was her sister. Either way, I got her through the door. Also got Safari Joe. If you're out on safari, pick up Joe. Look at that. A buddy of mine just went on a safari in Africa, of all things. Yes, Todd, Africa. And apparently he killed a giraffe. Yes, a giraffe. I'm not going to give his name out because people don't take kindly to those kind of people these days. I don't know. I mean, it's a wild power move to kill a giraffe. It's like, I'm just thinking of Jeffrey getting killed. And he was already killed once. He's still on life support. But my buddy is apparently going to stuff it and have it in his house. I mean, he's got a big house. So obviously, if you're giraffe hunting in Africa, you can afford that kind of stuff, apparently. So a wild time. But Safari Joe out on safari? Maybe. Cruncher from the Lunatax through the door this week as well. I'm here for that. And the last pickup for Big Bad Toy Store. Every single year I've been getting one figure from this line. It is Fresh Monkey Fiction. It is their Naughty and Nice collection. This year I decided to get Gorgon the Goat Demon. Yes, the Goat Demon here. I thought I'd get this one this year. So we'll see what I get next year. Maybe some elves next year. We'll see what ends up happening. But I did pick that up over at Big Bad Toy Store. And then we went back to Jay's Toys and Games, my favorite. You guys know Jay's had Panthro from the new Thundercats wave. Also had Lion-O from the new Thundercats wave. And on top of that, we also had Panther Man. Oh my gosh. I think this is the end of this line. It feels like 2 basically repaints, re-releases, and then a repaint of Battle Cat Man. What are we doing? This one line felt like it should have been the most successful and probably the least successful is what it turned out to be. You just never know. That's where you put that business hat on, and sometimes you got to let the dice roll how they roll. And I don't think they rolled too well for the Masters of the Universe collection with the Thundercats crossover. So, is what it is, but that is what it is for round number 2. Time for round number 3. All right, let's bring it on home. Let's finish it up with the final round, round number 3. And for round number 3, went to Mattel Creations. I'm going to start doing this, I think, every year, playing a little of that long game, as they have a lot of deals over there on Mattel Creations. You're right, Todd McFarlane. If I was smart, I would long game 99% of the stuff at Mattel Creations between Masters Universe and WWE, because there is deals to be had a couple of times a year. And it's just, you spend all the money to get them right when they come out. And if you just waited 6 months, you could probably pay about 50% less. Got to get a deal. I should take my own advice more often. But I did get this one. It was on sale. There was 20% off coupon going around. So I did get my min-in-box version of this, the Rock Final Boss 2-pack. We unboxed it on the channel many, many moons ago. But now I got my min-on card set through the door this week. Also got my holiday haul from Ringside. I always take advantage of the holiday haul at Ringside. Got to get a deal. A great time to get doubles, long game stuff, custom fodder, and giveaway stuff this time of year. And if you guys watched Kyle Peterson 2.0, another cheap plug for my second YouTube channel, subscribe, subscribe to that channel, as I did do an unboxing of this haul over there. But I did get this week, and I'm not sure why I ordered some of this stuff. I guess it was so cheap, I said, I'll figure it out later. I'll give it away. I'm not sure. But I did get Brody Lee Ring of Honor Edition. Now, I think I took advantage of sale 3.0 or maybe it was 2.0. I cannot remember at this point. It took me a long time. For whatever reason, the post office hates me around here, and everything from Ringside's taken almost a week later than it should. I don't know what's going on. I think it's just the post office this time of year, and I forgot most of the stuff I ordered from Ringside. That's how long it felt like I ordered these. This one I definitely need. It is the Chase Edition from the Vault 6. Different head scan with the Chase Edition makes it a different figure. Have to have this in my collection, being a completionist and all. So I got that one. Got the dirt cheap Britt Baker Blood and Guts mint on card. Same thing with Thunder Rosa. I think my brain said at the time I could display different looks to different heads here. Britt Baker, shirt on, shirt off. I prefer shirt off myself, Todd McFarlane. I don't know about you guys, but that was my plan with those, I do believe. I did get the Joker all-in Sting, Jack the Ripper Sting, whatever you want to call it. I needed a mint on card one. Played the long game, picked that one up finally. Also needed a mint on card, mint in box John Moxley Blood and Guts. I'm double up member of the Blood and Guts. I needed this. I waited for a little bit of a sale on that one for my mint in box copy. Also picked up Tonga Loa on sale because I'm a big fan of an eye patch. Maybe, maybe not. But this is a great base body for a suited figure. Maybe an Andrade suited figure. There's a lot of options you can do with that. Got to get a deal at the cheap price point. Don't know why I ordered this one. Maybe it was cheap. I'm not sure. It is Xavier Woods, $159. I don't know if it's because I had the rest of the set and this is the only one I was missing. I'm not sure. We just unboxed on Kyle Peterson 2.0. We're doing a lot of wrestling unboxings over there as well. I just unboxed the brand new New Day 2-pack on the second YouTube channel. It's the same head sculpt as this one. For those keeping track at home, of course. Also $20. Then, of course, I used code Kyle to save myself 10%. I did finally get this one, Nia Rose Chase Edition. Not exactly sure. Is this the worst Chase Edition of all time? Very well could be. Under $20 shipped for a Chase. Wow, that's a wild one. Got to get my second edition of this one. Really enjoyed this figure. I wanted to display one with the wig on, one with the shaving cream, so I got my second Kurt Angle. I'm going to need a third Kurt Angle because I'm a member of the Double Up Club of the Defining Moments as well, so I'm going to need to pick that set up down the road as well. Playing the long game. And last but not least, the final figure for 2025. Of course, this is the final weekly purchases of 2025. I think it was $18 for the Acclaim 3-pack. A very cool 3-pack. Not the biggest acclaimed guy, but I love the packaging, love the style of this one. And I said, you know what? I'm going to pick it up. And that's exactly what I did. So there it is. That's the final haul of the year. A busy week. I didn't expect it to be this busy, but here we are. Here we are. But what did you get? What did Santa bring you? Let me know in the comments down below. Even if it's coal, you can let me know. Be interested to hear what you picked up for Christmas week, either from Santa, your family, or out in the stores. Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and my other YouTube channel. As I said, a lot of content over there each and every day as well. Don't forget Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and The Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com, which is also the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show, available every Tuesday wherever podcasts are found with video cast on YouTube. And don't forget Patreon YouTube channel memberships if you want to support the channel. So for another weekly purchases, you know what I'm doing. I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling my way into 2026.
Are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?